Hey guys, Randomz here. Welcome to another video. You guys in the poll voted, and this was the video that won who I want on Song Machine. If you guys are new to the channel, hope you guys consider subscribing. If you like Gorillaz related content, hope you do consider subscribing. We also do other content. Check out the channel trailer. Anything random, hence the name Randomz. So today we're talking about who I want on Song Machine. You guys voted. Last time I seen the poll, it was about 13 people voted. You guys love the polls. I love making the polls. So thank you guys very much. Just hope you guys click the like button if you already are subscribed or a frequent viewer. Click the subscribe button, click the bell for the future videos to come, and keep clicking like, guys. Thank you very much. So who I want on Song Machine, we are going to say who I want, why, the chances of them actually coming, and how I think it would sound if these features would like to, if they were to collab with Gorillaz, and how it would sound. I do want to say Twitter, link in the description below. You guys kind of knew that this was coming. The little teaser video of all four, that basically says who I wanted on the Song Machine. I used that video in the Gorillaz predictions when I was talking about wild features, because Bad Bunny's kind of a wild feature. So are we going to see other big features? You can check that Gorillaz predictions video. But I teased this a while back, so this was already bound to come. So who I want on Song Machine. Let's go to the first pick, Tame Impala. Alright, the reason I want Tame Impala, you know, pretty much everyone that I'm gonna say is because I like their music. For all four of these artists and Tame Impala, it's because I already know the artists, I like them, and it'd be a perfect fit for Gorillaz. I don't think, if I were to do a part 2, which I don't know if you guys want a part 2, I don't know if I would put anyone that I don't know. So it's kind of, everyone in this list is people that I know, but the reason for Tame Impala, because his music is good. It's just solid. I did a tier list, the current tier list. Not all of them. I really like. Some of them were I don't know tier, but just his music is like B tier and up. He's above average artist when it comes to Tame Impala. In my opinion, he needs to do more. He really needs to do a bit more, put out a bit more, but maybe it just takes a lot of time. He kind of is solo, I'm pretty sure. So that could be probably why we don't get a whole lot from him, but it does take time because it's mainly him by himself. So the chances of Tame Impala, I've talked about this multiple times in the predictions video. I'll tell you it in a nutshell. There was a fan who made an artwork, little art fan picture of the Currents album for Tame Impala, but you take the 2000 Jeep, the self-titled Gorillaz album, and they're in that album, so it's kind of a collaboration of the two album covers coming together. I like that. So a fan did it, and then Watashi Noodle, I think that's how you say it, and I have Noodle right behind me here, the super plastic figure. If you want to see the unboxing of that, that's another video you can check out. But anyway, Noodle, the official fan page of Gorillaz, that Gorillaz runs, they took that fan picture, which I don't think the fan even, like, okay, go ahead and take it. I don't think they even asked permission. And that's a whole nother thing, Gorillaz with stealing fans' merch, their merch ideas and all that. It's kind of messed up, but whatever. They kind of stole or borrowed. I don't know if they even told the artist. They took it. Watashi Noodle posted it and said Kevin ? Because Tame Impala, his real name's Kevin Parker. They put Kevin ? So, you know, it's a fan who made the original image, but an official, one of the official characters run by Gorillaz on the Instagram page posted it, and they said Kevin ? So, you know, the chance of this happening, I bet you Kevin Parker's seen it. I bet you Tame Impala, I bet you he's seen it. But we don't know if he pulled the trigger. Is he gonna go through with this? But the chances of that, I mean, Gorillaz posted it. I'm not sure how powerful Gorillaz is, but they got Snoop Dogg at times, Elton John. Honestly, don't know any more that are big. I mean, I know Lee John is big in the UK, but I'm in America, so I don't know. But Lee John, hey, you got a beautiful voice. So honestly, just because of that post, the chances of this happening, I would say are 7 or 8 out of 10 of happening. If, like I said in, I think the predictions video, if we don't see Tame Impala on the track list of Season 2 Song Machine, maybe Season 3, or if they do something else before Season 3, and if he's not on Season 2 or 3, then it's kind of like, I guess he turned him down and it didn't happen. Or maybe Tame Impala wants Gorillaz to come over to his side, and they'll do like a single track or something like that. So the chances of this happening are pretty likely. They're pretty likely. For how it would sound, hands down, it's gonna be a banger, a really freaking good instrumental. I can already tell. Because Gorillaz with Damon, he can already make good stuff. And then Tame Impala in the mixture of it, I guarantee you if we see this, it's gonna be a good instrumental, hands down. This would probably be like a B, A tier song, hands down. That has to be A tier, has to be. But it's definitely gonna be an electronic instrumental. I really hope that if we do see this collaboration, that we get Damon and Tame Impala at least get their vocals in. Don't have no one be a backing vocal, just like get their own verse. I hope that they both get to sing their own verse. That'd be really good. But yeah, that was my first pick, Tame Impala. Pretty high chances it'd be a really good song. If you don't know Tame Impala, we did some Tame Impala videos on here. You'll probably like his music, hands down. And when I play it with, you know, new friends or recommending music that no one's ever heard Tame Impala, when I recommend it or show it to them, you know, it hits, or it's at least, they say it's good, at least. All right, we'll move on to the next second out of the four in this video. Second artist who I would want to join Song Machine, and that is Bjrk.
Think you deny me or something, while I've got plenty.
Okay, why Bjrk? It's pretty obvious, like I said, with all four. It's because I know the artists. But why Bjrk? Because Gorillaz, they're pretty much experimental. They could do anything. They're not a genre. They do anything they want. Just depends. You know, they may stick with an album, like the Now. Actually, I can't really think of the Now. Like Demon Days. The genre of that is like kind of rock, pop almost, I think. But mainly a rock with a guitar. That's kind of the theme in there. If it's one album, they're gonna stick to that type of style for that album. But they'll always change, especially with Song Machine. Especially with Song Machine, that's always going to change. Every track will change. So the fact that Gorillaz is always changing, Bjrk is someone else who's experimental, indie music. I may know her, I mainly say she's experimental too, so them coming together would be a very wild song that would sound extremely experimentally. You know, the chances for this happening, Bjrk right now is working on her own new album. There's no hint, I think. But, you know, when people say, when you look at the four main Gorillaz characters, people say Noodle, whoever's closest to the real life version is Bjrk. If they wanted a live action, or they wanted to do something close to anything like that, like they want to say who looks close to these characters, then if they do some sort of video on it, maybe they'd invite Bjrk. But, you know, Bjrk, I don't know. But another thing, Damon recently, it's just him by himself, his own project, just Damon Albarn. He went to Icelandic, which I think, or no, Iceland, sorry. And I think, I'm not sure if Bjork's from Greenland or Iceland, but that's kind of like that may draw some green or white flags. We'll say white flags because we're talking Gorillaz here, but that might draw something if Damon was around there. Maybe he picked Bjrk up, you know, want to do a Song Machine track, but Bjrk, you know, Gorillaz doesn't touch, like I said in the last predictions video, Gorillaz does not touch, you know, big features. But Bjrk is kind of big, but I don't know if they would. Well, I have no clue. Gorillaz is kind of weird when it comes to getting features. They pick kind of underdog artists. So for the chances of this, I would say is probably 4 out of 10 chance of seeing Bjrk with Gorillaz ever. I don't really see it happening that much. Because 5, if I'm saying 5, it's like, it's a 50-50 average. But it feels like it's, you know, 4 out of 10 possibly. It's kind of a little below average if this ever happening. I don't know. But for how it would sound, it depends how Bjrk is. Bjrk is almost like Gorillaz. She's experimental, but when it comes to a certain album, she'll stick to one style for that album. So like Utopia, that felt very futuristic, uplifting, and very experimental and random. So if they were to collab, this is one that would be totally experimental. It would sound very different. You'd probably think it wouldn't even sound like a Gorillaz song. But what is a Gorillaz song? That's the thing. So there is no Gorillaz song, because they're always changing. And that's why Bjrk is perfect fit, because they're always changing and they come together. Be totally an experimental heaven for the experimental listeners out there. Now we'll go to the third pick, Mr. Jukes. Okay, why Mr. Jukes? Mr. Jukes is underrated. I keep saying, When I say Mr. Jukes, I usually follow up by saying he's an underrated artist, hands down. And he is. He's still low. Subscriber count on his YouTube page is like, it's crazy. This guy, I reacted to his second album, which was okay. His first album was really good, really freaking good. I think I did a tier list of him too. You can check that out if you want. But get into Mr. Jukes. You gotta get into him. So why him? He makes good instrumentals too. And they're kind of, I think of New York, Chicago, like 70s. I don't know, his music is kind of old school with new school, old school beats. I don't know how to explain them really, but with Mr. Jukes, why him? Because you would get a good instrumental for sure, hands down. And the chances of Mr. Jukes, okay, this guy probably has the highest chance of joining Song Machine. And I'll tell you why. I don't know if you know why, but he's got to, if you search out there, you listen to random music, you'll find it. So this is why Mr. Jukes has a chance. So there's an artist called African Express. They have featured songs with Damon and Mr. Jukes. So they already worked together before. And you can listen to them. One of them is in Moonchild. Okay, this is gonna be kind of a long explanation. I'll try to keep it short. So Africa Express, they have taken Moonchild Saley, I forgot her name. She was on With Love to an X on season 1. And they had Mr. Jukes and Damon Albarn all on the same song. It's a good song. It's called I Can't Move. Another song that Mr. Jukes and Damon Albarn were on. They were in 2 songs. I think they're in 3 or 4 with African Express. Sorry, I Can't Move and Become the Tiger or something like that. Because that's what Damon says. The entirety of the song, Become the Tiger. But Mr. Jukes and Damon have worked together through Africa Express. So the chances of them coming together is like an 8 out of 10, 8 or 9 out of 10, because they've already worked together. If Damon's all about, these underrated artists or small artists, Mr. Jukes fits the bill. This guy, out of everyone in this list, this guy has the highest chance of joining Song Machine, hands down. He has to be season 2, if not 3. And if he's not even in 2 or 3 by then, criminal. But they've already worked together and the music is good. So Mr. Jukes with this amazing instrumentals with Damon Albarn's vocals come together, it'd be a good song. Expect a good instrumental. I would say this could be a B tier song though. Tame Impala could knock it out of the park with an A, probably for sure. Mr. Jukes, bring it down a bit lower, but it could be good. Definitely a B tier or A tier song, hands down, if Mr. Jukes were to come. But it'd be a good, how it would sound, good instrumental. Usually good bass too. He's kind of a bassy person. And that's it for Mr. Jukes. Move on to the last artist. That is Bjrk. Okay, why Bjrk? The reason for him is pretty obvious. Like I said, with everyone, it's because I like them. But why Bjrk? Because he can deliver good instrumentals. He has good vocals too, past, present, and past, present, and to the future. He actually has good vocals when he goes live. No auto-tune whatsoever, so he's got that vocal down. Chances of Bjrk joining? This one's tough. He's kind of big, but Gorillaz and Bjrk kind of fit the bill. Or I don't know, they would work together. I'm sure Damon would be fine going with Bjrk. But I think this would be like a 3 or 4 out of 10. So somewhere kind of less than Bjrk. I think Bjrk has more of a chance than Bjrk, but I don't know if I really see it happening with Gorillaz and Bjrk, chances wise. They never worked together. They never really crossed paths, I don't believe. And how it would sound, hands down, Bjrk. If Bjrk were to ever feature with Gorillaz, hands down, you're gonna get the most funkiest song of all time that Gorillaz will ever create if they feature with Bjrk, because Bjrk is funk. He is acid jazz. I guess that's his genre. I don't know what, but he's acid jazz, I suppose. He's jazzy, funky as hell. And when it comes to my artist, he's the most funkiest one there is. When people talk funk, they talk Pac-Man. They think that sounded funky. I've seen comments about that. But if you had Jamiroquai with Gorillaz, like I said, you're gonna get the most funkiest song of all time, and no one else will top it. Possibly, unless they get like a very old funk artist, but I doubt Gorillaz would go that route. I kind of doubt it. But with Jamiroquai, like I said, most funkiest beat you're ever gonna get. With Jamiroquai, I don't know. It depends how he. Don't know how he would deliver with the instrumental, but it's just gonna be funky. But I don't know. He's like with his album, he'll stick to it. He'll stick to that same style. But that about wraps it up. I do want to say with all 4 of these artists, I hope that they get their own verse and Damon gets his verse too. So not just Damon and the feature doing instrumentals, but then the feature takes over with the vocals. I don't think that happened. I think it happened in Song Machine. I can't think of the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure Damon and the feature of season 1, they were kind of together. Although it was kind of more of the feature, but Damon was still there. So I hope in season 2 we get Damon as well. Hopefully we get a Damon only song in season 2. I doubt that'll happen, because this is like a feature thing. We really have to see season 2 to see what Song Machine is. Like if there's the same pattern, you know. So we have 1, but we need a second to really see a pattern. So is Song Machine always gonna have features? But that's the question. We'll see in time. But with all these features, I hope that they get a verse and Damon gets a verse too. The only one I can see not happening is Mr. Jukes, because he kind of doesn't. He sings, and his beautiful voice, he should sing more. But I can see him probably being a backing vocal while Damon takes over. But that is who I want on Song Machine. Okay? Instead of waiting for the chances of them coming to Song Machine, go ahead and listen to them. Go ahead and listen to Tame Impala. Listen to his album Currents and The Slow Rush. Then with Bjrk, with Bjrk you could go any direction. Listen to I think it's called Discography. I'm not sure if that's true. It's basically her with some sort of white robe with wind in her hair, and it's kind of purpley orangey color behind her. Listen to that one first, and then go and listen to Utopia, her latest album. As I'm filming this right here, right now, this is the 21st. That's her latest album, because she has a new one coming. But Utopia, listen to that too. It's very futuristic. And when it comes to Mr. Jukes, listen to his first album, God First. And when it comes to Jamiroquai, there's a lot that I would like to show you in the direction of him. But go and listen to Jamiroquai's Dynamite, Traveling Without Moving, The Return of the Space Cowboy, and Automated, or Automaton, whatever you want to say. There's a lot to show with Jamiroquai. I've been listening to him a lot more recently. But yeah, that is all, or that's not all who I want on Song Machine. If you get give me 10 comments, because I don't know. I want to know if you guys want it that bad. 10 different people commenting that you want me to make a part 2 of this. And I'll go 5 artists. How about that? 5 artists in part 2 who I want in Song Machine. And I'll try to go outside the box and pick someone who is not really my beloved, on my beloved, artist tier list. Or I have a roster of artists who are my all-time favorite I'll always come to. I'll try to pick someone outside of the box. So someone really different. We had 10 comments. I hope we can get 8 likes, 8 or 10 likes. That'd be amazing. I love you guys so much. Even though we're still small, still gonna keep going. I'm never gonna give up YouTube. I hope I can grow, but I'll never give up. So if you guys leave a like for my current supporters of the channel, thank you very much. So since this one won the poll, will I do the Gorillaz predictions for the movie next? Not sure in the direction I want to go yet with this channel so far for the next video. All I gotta say is click that bell for the posts on YouTube and Twitter, because they have some exclusive stuff over there too. So you can get the scoop in and vote. Take your vote on what you want the next path for me to be. So I'll see you guys in the future videos to come. Peace out.